Reminder to all employees, the all-staff meeting is this Thursday night at 11:30 p. All service team attendance is mandatory.
It's been such a difficult day for all of us. It will be fun. This is...
Something came to life, mechanical...
Reminder to all employees, the all-staff meeting is this Thursday night at 11:30 p. All service team attendance is mandatory. There will be cake.
Are you going to the staff party? I don't want to stick around after my 14-hour shift, but I don't want to get laid off if I don't show up. And to thank the Fazbear Mega Pizzaplex employees who are simply worried about getting fired. The idea they get fired from their life never even occurred to them. Hello everyone, it's the Green Humanoid Amphibian, and welcome to more of a mini FNAF Theory, because there is a secret hidden deep within the Mega Pizzaplex that I want to talk about. And what everyone seems to be concluding on is that the blob or tangled seems to be either created through a mass amount of remnant or agony. A single event that took place within the walls of the Mega Pizzaplex, I think, can actually answer a large portion of the community's questions regarding the lore, and yet no one seems to actually be talking about it. What am I referring to? Well, I'm referring to the night that Vanny or Vanessa, whichever was in charge or in control, committed mass genocide at the Mega Pizzaplex. The night every human staff member and every employee were brutally slaughtered, and eventually replaced with the staff bots. I believe I figured out where exactly their bodies have been hidden away within the Mega Pizzaplex. However, before we can talk about that, we need to talk about the location of their souls. Before I can discuss their souls and where they might have gone, I should probably explain how exactly possession in this franchise works, because between Agony, Remnant, and oh my god, Fazgoo, it can get very complicated very fast. So let's begin by discussing Remnant and book lore.
And for those who haven't read the 500 books, Agony is a power source that is created through terrible means. Usually this, or this. Which is why it's called Agony, because it's created through pure agony. Agony does not require the presence of a human soul to be created, meaning Agony can simply be formed through any traumatic event. Oh, what's that? Like most people, including myself, you were crying over the fact that MatPat left Game Theory. Well, don't worry, that bookshelf you were crying next to, it's alive now, and it's gonna kill you. Good luck, have fun. So in short, Agony can be created through any traumatic event, and will latch onto the nearest object in its vicinity, and will then bring that object to life with the single goal of killing everything nearby it without any sort of rational thought. However, if the Agony does actually latch itself onto a living creature or a creature that once possessed a consciousness, it will simply resurrect that creature. Such is the case with Michael Afton, after he died while getting his insides scooped out by this mechanical spoon. The individual in question proceeded to possess his own corpse, coming back as a zombie. And if you're new to Five Nights at Freddy's, don't worry, this is just the beginning, you can never escape. Good luck, have fun! I haven't even talked about Fazgoo. On the other side of the spectrum, we have Remnant, a soul goop kind of substance which is formed after anyone's untimely demise. Yes, this one requires a human soul. What can it do, you may ask? Well, everything Agony can do, but better, because this one requires a human sacrifice. In short, after anyone's untimely demise, their soul goop will leave their being and latch itself onto any object within their vicinity, usually animatronic, because that's where everyone seems to die in this franchise. Upon latching itself onto an object, and usually an animatronic, the animatronic in question will come to life. Yes, you heard me correct, this is just simply full possession of the spirit possessing the animatronic. Oh my god, my voice is so dead, I did this all in one take, holy shit.
So now that I've explained how Remnant works, and you totally understood everything I just mentioned, because of course you were totally paying attention to that horribly, like, 1980s, like, retro... I don't even know what that was. I did all that in like a weird announcer voice, and then afterwards realized I don't know why I did that, and then I realized I had to commit to this stupid bit of doing the whole thing in like a 1980s style. But anyways, with all that said and done, this spooky door right here is where I think Vanny / Vanessa / whoever, I guess, unalived all these poor innocent Fazbear employees got their bodies stashed. So, why do I think that? Also, if I sound different for the rest of this video, my throat feels like I swallowed like 5 knives, and I'm horribly sick. So I'm recording this as my voice is slowly giving out. So anyways, yep. I feel like garbage, and everything's wonderful. But with that said and done, I wanted to get this video out, so I'm gonna try and record some stuff for it. Not sure how it's gonna sound, but if I sound awful, that's why. But to start with, I want to go through every door in the entire Pizzaplex and explain what everything, I guess, does, and what different things look alike. So, let's start with this obvious door, and why I think it actually has a tie to the Mimic. In the sense that I think it was blocked off with concrete to stop anyone from going in to find the bodies. So, first up, we have the elevator door. It looks like an elevator door. We have these big doors here, which these are actually doors. We never actually see them open in the game as far as I'm aware. But they're like these big shutter doors that slide open. We actually saw more of these. I think these are mostly prominently focused on in the Roxy, like a go-kart storage room. There's a bunch of these in there, and they actually can open and stuff, but like, to my knowledge, I don't think they're actually in any other parts of the game where you actually have them work. Next up, we have this door, and it's just a piece of wood. Well, multiple pieces of wood kind of held together, and it looks like garbage. That's a pile of twigs that Roxy just kind of breaks through. Next up, you're probably wondering, Nar, why are you considering this a door? And don't worry, I'll get back to you on a second with that, but this is, a pile of rocks. It'll make sense later. Next up, we have the Pizzeria Simulator doors, which, again, are just kind of a big metal door. And then we have the Security Office burned variants of these, because these doors are actually the exact same doors that are in the security offices throughout the Mega Pizzaplex. However, this one is very clearly burnt and charred. Next up, we have the door that the Mimic was trapped behind, and after you go and anger Mr. Mixus and actually open up said door, it's revealed the entire door has been completely blocked off with concrete. However, this concrete is actually something we've seen before. If we take a closer look at the actual Mixus door, specifically the part of the concrete that the wall is behind, you will actually notice a few things. It's the exact same stone texture that was used in the Roxy, like, flaming burn room or whatever. And, yeah, it's just been changed to be more of a lighter, I guess, tone. But, yeah, it's the exact same, like, rock piece or whatever we're calling this. It's a rock. It looks like concrete. After sending the poor forklift to its inevitable death at the hands of both this wall and the Mixus, we actually open up said door, and it's just a door. There's nothing special about it. It's a door frame, the door's gone. You go in there, you have a really bad time, Mixus shows up, tries to break your face. It's very unpleasant, but either way, you're probably wondering, why on earth are you bringing up all these random doors? Well, going back to the door in this cafeteria, this is actually the only door in the entire Pizzaplex with this unique kind of door design. There's not a single other door that has this sort of stone-esque texture to it. And that's about it. I have nothing else to this theory, so yeah. This is a door with a unique design that we've never seen at all throughout any other areas in the Pizzaplex. The only other stone-looking door we know about is the door that the Mixus was trapped behind, which was covered with concrete. Not only that, but this room was also, I guess, where Vanny basically committed Mass Order 66 and executed every Fazbear employee. You're probably wondering, Nar, why on earth would you make a little mini theory video discussing a topic that doesn't technically has an ending to it? Well, I wanted to make more kind of short-form FNAF Theory videos, sort of as more of a discussion rather than a full-blown theory, because Security Breach is a very strange game, to say the least. Vtuber Studios very much tells their story through the environment, and when Security Breach came out, it was an absolute buggy mess. It still is, but it's much more manageable. However, a large portion of the theories in recent years, specifically I guess just the past year that have been confirmed, such as the Mimic's existence, GGY, and all the book tomfoolery, they've been very much hinted at throughout the actual Security Breach-based game. The learning minigame with the endoskeletons in Help 1 and 2 was very much hinted at in Security Breach, meaning there's most likely many more hints throughout this game that actually have to do with future games or plans that are upcoming. I wanted to make sort of a few little mini, kind of not full theory videos, but more discussion videos, talking about areas of the Pizzaplex that either don't make sense or seem to make too much sense. This being one of them. This is a room where Vanny pretty much committed Order 66 within, killed every human member of, I guess, the Fazbear employment staff, And it's a room with a door with a very unique design to it, one we've never seen anywhere else for that matter, and it's a door that we cannot open. Not only that, we don't get anything upon walking up to it. Nothing. There are many unused or deleted areas within the Mega Pizzaplex that had rooms in them at one point that were eventually removed. However, even so, the doors that lead to these rooms still have level access to them. In the sense of you get the little prompt that pops up on your screen saying you require this level of security to enter. This is the case with every single door that had a deleted room behind it. We actually know that the underground room in the cafeteria did indeed lead to the endo warehouse, as well as a bigger endoskeleton area as well that was below it. However, upon approaching the door, we get no such notification of any kind discussing a security pass. If you watched my previous FNAF Theory video, you'll know that I actually think the entire Pizzaplex itself is being augmented throughout security. Oh my god, Roxy, shit. God, no, I forgot, I didn't pause the game, no! God. If you watched any of my previous FNAF Theory videos, you'd know that I actually think a large portion of the Mega Pizzaplex is being augmented, even while you're not supposedly within augmented view. What I mean by that is Gregory in Security Reach is a robot, so his vision can very much be augmented without his knowledge. And I think the biggest, detractor of that is probably Roxy. So right now, we don't have the Vanny mask on yet, as you can very visibly see. There's some weird glitchy stuff going on with her vision. It's very much glitching out here, and yet we don't currently have the Vanny mask on. So why would it be doing that? If we actually put the Vanny mask on, it looks like this. This is very much obviously augmented, however, if we take the mask back off, we still have this glitch effect. We actually have this multiple times throughout Ruin, showing that even when we have the mask off, the weird little helpy bot that's part of the mask still is able to augment our vision without the mask on. Meaning, my personal theory is that you never actually take the mask off, and I guess that your hand at taking the mask off just is augmented. It's not real. You never take the mask off. But again, that's more of a crazy theory. It's not like there's any actual evidence to that at all. Except for the very obvious fact that I found evidence to that recently, and that's why I'm putting this at the end of this video, because I wanted to talk about it. Now, if you've completely lost this theory, don't worry. Either go and watch the previous theory video, or I will try and kind of give sort of a recap and explanation to it. So, basically, the entire Pizzaplex has a digital version that was created by Fazbear Entertainment for Help Wanted, and this is actually the version of the Pizzaplex we are seeing currently while we have the Vanny mask on. It has been very clearly edited and infected with Glitch Trap's virus. However, if we actually take the Vanny mask off, this is what we would assume would be reality. However, we can actually not really trust this due to, many things throughout Ruin and Security Breach. But the question is how much of the Pizzaplex is augmented and how much of it is actually real. And we can actually figure this out by simply jumping out of bounds. And what do I mean by that? Well, not in the sense you're probably thinking of, in the sense of I'm gonna go and no-clip out of bounds. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm actually talking about a thing that we can actually do in-game. You see, I guess the way to explain my theory is that there is a digital version of the entire Mega Pizzaplex that was digitally made and modeled by Fazbear Entertainment. And that is the version of the Pizzaplex we are seeing when we have the Vanny mask on. However, that means there's a limit to this model. That means it's not infinite. We can escape this model if we try. And that's exactly what we do at the end of Help Wanted. That's what we do at the end of Ruin, is what I was trying to say. If we actually head over to this door, you will see what I'm referring to. Well done, that's the last security node. I have located the source of your friend's radio signal. It is coming from under the raceway, and if we actually click next, warning, you are now leaving the Vanny Network coverage zone. The coverage zone being what I'm referring to when if this door closes. Wait, I can back out. Wait, did it unload this? Okay, now I can just teleport back in. Alright, anyways, the coverage zone being the actual 3D model of the Mega Pizzaplex, the one we actually traversed throughout in Ruin, and in Security Breach, both unknowing through Gregory's augmented view, as well as using the Vanny mask in Ruin. So, the question is, how much of, I guess, the Mega Pizzaplex was digitally replicated within the digital space? Clearly, the underground sections of the Pizzaplex were not digitally augmented within this digital space, otherwise we would not be getting the notification that we are leaving the Vanny Network. This entire area of the Pizzaplex is basically confirmed to not be augmented. This is all real, and it's all terrible. And, well, I mean, terrible in the sense of the entire thing is collapsed and it looks awful. The question is, if this is real and this looks this bad, could the rest of the Mega Pizzaplex be in a similar state? Perhaps it was never even opened in the first place. Perhaps it never even existed. Hello, Editor Nar here, as I've already finished recording this entire video and I've realized I'm an idiot. So, yeah, I had that whole bit talking about Remnant and, like, all the Soul Group. That was eventually going to lead into a whole thing and me talking about, yeah, she committed, you know, Order 66, killed a bunch of people, there's a spooky door that we don't know what the occupants of, and there are probably bodies in there, but, you know, and that would eventually lead into the fact that, you know, oh boy, you know, oh, bunch of dead people, where did their remnant go? That, you know, blob thing. I had a whole bit in the script I had for this, and then in my sickened, like, half-dead state, I just, like, forgot it completely. But I've realized now in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't have to do much with the door. But basically the short of it is there's a bunch of remnant that we don't know where the hell it is. Because, you know, there's a bunch of dead people. And yeah, it's probably in the blob. Anyways, with all that said and done, that's this little mini theory video, more of a discussion video, discussing, I guess, the lore of the game. I'm pausing this because she won't stop crying. And yeah, again, there's many things throughout Security Breach and Ruin that very much hint to future games. And while there's not enough evidence to kind of do a full theory video, I wanted to make a discussion video, kind of pointing out a lot of these things and talking about them. So, with all of this said and done, hope you enjoyed, have a great morning, a great evening, and a great existence. My voice is dead, and I will see all of you next time. Peace out. I'm doing hand movements, forgetting I don't have full body tracking on, but either way, have a great existence. Amphibian out.